He is a god of the game.
The champions are out thanks to a glorious goal from Hazard. Not the fat one. Italy scraped through the Austrian defense. One of Denmark or Czech will be in the semis. Well, who would have guessed that? Or keep your predictions aside as this Euros continues to throw curveballs at us. Is this the beginning of the end of Ronaldo? What's next for him? Let's go.
Absolutely world class.
Euros is truly alive and kicking, guys. Struggles, upsets, heartbreaks, celebrations, we have seen it all, and the best is still to come. Welcome everyone to SportsCharcha, where we are all geared up to discuss and dissect the 4 round of 16 games happened so far. And to do that, we have my friend Eeshaan with us.
Hi guys, welcome back. Lots to talk about today.
Yeah, so let's don't waste any time and get right into it. But just a slight change in the running order. We are going to discuss the last game first, the game that is still fresh in our memories. So let's start with Belgium versus Portugal. The holders are out. I mean, Belgium proved me wrong. They do have the ability to play the quote-unquote other way to win international knockout games.
Yes, I finally won a prediction which I'm happy about. But I think it was a very solid game by Belgium. They just did just enough, but to be honest, Portugal were disappointing as well. I think we remember talking about this, hoping that Portugal might come alive with the squad that they have in the knockouts. It didn't happen. They just didn't click. Not too many chances. A great goal by Thorgan Hazard. The Hazard Real Madrid should have bought. Side note. But congratulations to Belgium. They are looking really strong. Now that they have another way of winning as well, which adds another layer to how strong they are.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised to see. So, to see him start with 3 really old defenders. I mean, it was Vermaelen, Alderweireld and Vertonghen. Like, pura matlab expendables ko leke aaya wapas matlab. So, that was very bold, and B, they did play. I mean, after they scored the goal, they took that pressure on. This is pretty much what Portugal did in last Euros. In fact, pretty much Belgium did a Portugal to Portugal, if we have to put it in a way.
Yeah.
And immense credit to those 3 old defenders. They did really well against Ronaldo, who's been in spectacular form. Well, this wasn't his best game because Ronaldo's best game is at a ridiculously high level. But yeah, he did what he could do. But I was a little. I would say that, as you were saying, right, like Portugal have these wonderful, great attacking talent, and we were expecting them to do well with those attacking talent. I thought that is where they lost in a way. Like, for example, Fernando Santos wasn't able to put a system together to use these wonderful attacking talent to go and express themselves. He was still within that defensive lineup, how he played in the 2016 Euros and won it. So the way forward for Portugal, I see, is to either change the manager or the manager should change his style, because with this kind of talent, you cannot play this kind of football.
I think they have the good thing about Portugal, for example, is they have time on their hand. This squad will be there for the World Cup. You never know. Ronaldo also might be there for the World Cup. But the crux, the main midfield, for example, and the defense, like Ruben Diaz, for example, will all be there for the World Cup. So this is just a stepping stone. It will be a learning for them. But you correctly pointed out, Fernando Santos needs to adapt to the squad he has. I think that's one of the feedbacks we had for Gareth Southgate as well. But Southgate got the results, right? The squad is attacking. You need to change that, adapt to that style and make it more attacking. Almost like Klopp style would suit Portugal so well right now with the squad they have.
I mean, see, it showed, right? I mean, when you have a midfielder like Bruno Fernandes, you play João Moutinho.
Yeah.
Like a 35, 36-year-old João Moutinho instead of Bruno Fernandes. So that goes to show the way Portugal were set up. But again, not taking anything away from Belgium. As I said, I never knew that they can play like this, like scoring a goal and then just simply putting men behind the ball and defend. In a way, they were forced to do that also because of an unfortunate injury yet again to Kevin De Bruyne. I am not sure whether we haven't seen any report yet in terms of how bad the injury is, but I worry for them because there's nothing new to talk about
Yeah,
Kevin.
he is their engine. Like Hazard got injured as well, but nobody is talking about it. But that's how Hazard is right now. But losing KDB potentially is going to be huge for them because even KDB coming off the bench, he just adds that another layer to Belgium, which nobody in the world can do. There's certain thing Kevin De Bruyne does right now that nobody in the world does, and that is going to be very important for Belgium moving forward as well.
See, Eden Hazard, actually first half he wasn't that great, but second half, especially after De Bruyne went, where De Bruyne was taken off because of injury, he actually played pretty well. For about 15-20 minutes, he was really good. He was holding the ball, he was using his butt, famously pointed out by Yaya Toure in one of his articles on how Eden Hazard uses his butt to play. So he did that very well, but again, it went to that one player. Oh, what a player, man. Lukaku, again, you will never see, if you look at the game, if you look at the stats, you will never see his contribution. But again, that goal was again because of Lukaku.
Yeah.
It was because of him. He is superb. See, he has become, as you said, we were talking about this last time, Lukaku, how he has added more dimensions to his forward play. This time he went back to him being that big bully one man at the top, and he did that amazingly. The number of balls he won, great game. But I think they might lose a lot of steam by the time they play Italy. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes.
Italy have literally lost a lot of steam by playing extra time. So
Yeah, that's also true. Anyways, now before wrapping up this Belgium Portugal, we have to talk about this because Portugal have gone out right now. Is this the beginning of end of Ronaldo? I agree. Like next year, you can expect him to be there for the World Cup, but is this a beginning of the end of him, at least at international level?
I think so. I think I for one think that if Portugal would have moved forward in this tournament and say at least the semi-finals, he would have probably called it this time. But I think they've been left with a sour, bitter taste in their mouth by leaving a little too early. I think this was not the phase where they budgeted to get out of the tournament. So I think World Cup तो he'll play for sure. I have a feeling. And uske baad he'll call it a quit. But yeah, he's not the same Ronaldo, we know that. But he's still your top scorer.
Great. One of the greats of the game. I mean, one of probably the best player who have ever played. So we'll miss him, but we'll move on.
नहीं है वो बेसिम क्या
नहीं वो Ali Dai का record खत्म करने तक he is not leaving. He is going to score that goal for sure. I'm saying in international tournaments, at least in Euros. Anyways, but let's talk about a waste of talent by another team which lost their game to Czech Republic. We're going to talk about the Dutch team, the team that Eeshaan and I actually like, I would say. I mean, this time we saw what this team is capable of. We knew this is going to happen sometime, but yeah, it happened a little earlier.
But tell me, Bala, do you actually call this result an upset
No.
based on how this tournament was going?
No. In fact, I was just talking about this to another friend like half an hour back. I was just telling him that I didn't see the Netherlands Czech Republic game. I didn't see it as an upset.
Yeah, because Czech Republic have been playing amazingly in the group stage. We saw that, right? And Netherlands had an easy group. This was literally Netherlands' first proper challenge. And they crumbled, they choked. That's what Netherlands have been known for right now. And that unfortunately, for the last since they made the last World Cup final. After that, it's all been downhill for them, and I felt it was a lot of naivety from Netherlands. They just thought that they'll whatever they might somehow just sneak through whatever because just of the talent they have. But we saw that red card for Delete. I mean, yeah, there are debates about was he pushed by Patrick Schick or not, but ignore all of that. He bloody handled the ball like he literally swatted the ball away. Who does that? When Patrick Schick is through on goal, there was no other. We talked about dubious calls by the referee, but this was probably one of the easier ones he's going to make.
Yeah.
Right? Clear red. It changed the entire dimension of the game because Czech Republic at that time was just starting to dominate, and then Netherlands lost a player. So it just became inevitable in a way, but Czech Republic still had to put the ball in the back of the net, and they did it twice. So very well deserved.
Yeah, and Czech played that the standard international knockout strategy, whatever you call it. Absorb the pressure and have really efficient forwards who can go and finish off the chances. Were absolutely brilliant. And yes, the Delete red card, I mean, there is no arguing there. But just 10 seconds before the Delete red card happened, on the other side, Daniel Malen missed a wonderful chance, which is also...
Oh my God, what a chance.
Yeah. And this happened right after that. He missed the chance like within 5-6 seconds on this side. Delete was handling the ball and getting sent off. Literally like within 15 seconds, the game moved from one end to other end. But yeah, Netherlands, again, one of their problems, they were not able to score goals. I mean, they were scoring goals. If you look at this, the matches that they played in the group stages, they did score goals, but they were not. I mean, they were kind of trying to paper over the actual crack that they don't have a very good forward line. Depay has been saving them a lot. Wijnaldum has been saving them a lot, but they don't have a proper striker who can produce goals during these kind of crunch games, and that's again came.
I saw on the sidelines. I was obviously. Let's get one thing clear. This has to be. I hope Frank de Boer's last game as coach for Netherlands.
Yeah.
But lurking behind them, I was seeing Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Oh yeah,
man,
true.
Yeah, man, do they need a player like Ruud van Nistelrooy right now? I'm not even talking about Van Persie or I'm talking about Ruud van Nistelrooy, some guy who just knows how to finish the ball.
Yeah.
Right. There was such strange selection calls as well because Quincy Promes, he's not done shit, and you put him in almost like an attacking winger kind of role. He was so ineffective. Memphis Depay, I'm not personally a big fan of Memphis Depay. I don't see what he adds in a team. He's a great scorer from distance, etc. But, he needs the ball served to him. He can't do very much without it, right? And that showed because all Czech Republic did was cut off the lines. They just cut off all service to the wings as well as to Depay, and he was almost irrelevant in the game.
This is the first time ever Netherlands registered no shot on target in a tournament game since when the records began, since in the 1980. So that's how bad Netherlands were. But again, credit to Czech Republic, amazing game. Their player Hulis, it's not Holes, it's Hulis. He had a wonderful game. I mean, see, this is again one thing I like about international tournaments. I mean, when I started watching international tournaments back in mid-90s.
1950.
No, mid-90s. So, and when you move on to the 2002, 2006, when you start following EPL and a bit of La Liga here and there, these are the international tournaments where you will find these new players, where you will discover these talent across Europe, across these Czech league, this Finland league, Eredivisie and all these players. I mean, Holes is one other player who came out like this, and you have few players from Denmark whom we'll talk about. So that's another one thing which I like about this international tournaments.
Yeah.
Anyways, now enough of Netherlands and Czech Republic. Let's move on to one of the favorites of the tournament, who is going to face Belgium in the quarterfinals, and that is Italy. And Italy were put to test, and I have to say They just passed, quote unquote.
Yeah, I think I said I called this again. I said Austria will not be a walkover, and Italy took that a little too much to heart because they tried their best to make their lives very difficult against Austria. Austria had a great game, by the way. David Alaba again at the center of everything in Austria for Austria's football. I mean their game, but I think I think just the bench strength for Italy made the difference. Chiesa coming on changed the game. Like literally, it was under 5 minutes. He was on the pitch. He got a brilliant touch across, from across the goal. He touched it, maneuvered, dodged the defender, and shot across the goal. Yeah, people say it should have been saved probably, but a goal is a goal. Uh, and yeah, if you look at it from the overall game, Italy had a lot of chances. So I would say Italy deserved it, but they made life very difficult for them. It could have gone either way because 114th minute Austria equalize. You never know what could have happened, right? And so it was a tricky fixture, I would say, but they made it through, and that's what matters, right? And I think this kind of a result will actually give them a lot of confidence because it's been very easy for them so far. And they needed this kind of a match where they have to fight, grind, and get that result, and so that now they're going to be mentally prepared to play a team like Belgium.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. As I said, Belgium, I don't think they'll have enough legs to beat this Italian team. Even though, yes, you said that Italy, sorry, Italy played that extra 30 minutes in the end. But yeah, they have a pretty amazing bench, which showed its strength. Not just Chiesa who scored the goal, but even Pessina who came and scored that second goal, which wrapped up the game.
Yeah.
Great result for Italy. As you said, this is necessary experience that you have to go through if you have to go ahead in an international knockout game, because you will definitely play at least one another game that will go into extra time, and this experience will really help. And
I think just to add to what you said, why this is going to be really tough for Belgium is because Italy's strength is Belgium's weakness, which is their forward line and their wings, where they have pace, they have wily attackers who are going to be constantly moving about. Look at Spinazzola. He plays left back, but he's on the wing. He's attacking all the time. That's going to be a challenge for, like as you said, the expendables to to mark, right? So that is going to be very challenging for Belgium. It's going to be a great game to watch.
Yeah, Spinazzola again. I have never seen a fullback spending that much time inside the opposition box as much as he does. I don't know where he gets the energy. That guy is a bunny. He keeps running up and down all the time. Anyways, good luck, Italy. They will be facing Belgium, and it's going to be
It sounded like a game show right now. Good luck, Italy. You will now be facing in the Hunger Games.
Good. And the winner of that could eventually meet France, or meet the team that defeated France, or meet the team that defeated France.
Okay, we get it. We got it.
Anyway, moving on to our fourth game, which is Wales versus Denmark, which is actually the first game. Since we are going on the reverse order, it is our fourth game. Well, I expected Wales to do better. In fact, Wales started really better this game. They were within the 15-20 minutes, they had a couple of decent efforts on target. I thought Wales are getting into the groove, but Denmark just made a very small tweak in their tactical formation, which didn't allow players like Ramsey and Bale to find space. I don't know, that small tactical change might have made this entire game to switch to Denmark's favor. And what a goal, man. But the first goal was brilliant.
Dahlberg, what a goal. Dahlberg had one of those great games you remember in European football, where, it goes into the folklore. That it was that kind of a game which nobody will talk about unless you're a Danish guy.
Yeah.
Because he was unplayable. Like literally, he could have shot from anywhere and it would have probably gone in, because that first goal was just class. Like, he didn't have too much room to shoot. He took a quick step, not too much follow through, and just curled it across. If you see it in slow motion, the curl he got on the ball with not too much of a follow through, it's incredible.
Yeah.
So that was a great goal. But if you look at it, I think the I won't count the last two goals because that was, I think, when Wales realized it was over. Like Braithwaite played really well. I never knew he was so fast. Literally, like I've never seen him run. And like Barcelona, nobody runs anyway. Just pass the ball in. So, but he literally breezed past most of the Welsh defenders to third goal, I think, where he assisted, and the last goal which he scored was a great finish as well. So all in all, I think amazing to see Denmark doing so well. What a story this is. Like, I hope they go forward. It's going to be one of those great stories. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and again, going back to the point of discovering international talents, you just talked about Dolberg, there is Damsgaard, all these players, because everyone thought it's going to be your Erikssons and Højbjergs, and we all know what happened to Eriksson. But look at these youngsters who pitched in and showed what they can do. This is amazing to watch. As you said, Denmark has clearly become the second favorite, like the Sonika ad where they show Meri Dusri Country. Denmark has literally become a lot of people's second favorite.
Denmark is the New Zealand of football.
Yeah, they have. In fact, we were just talking about nice guys finishing first last week.
Yeah.
This Denmark team is definitely one such team. But 8 goals in 2 games, they've suddenly woken up. Like, they're going to give a great game against Czech Republic. Now again, they'll be playing Czech Republic, and if they win that game, semi-finals of Euros. I mean, that is an amazing achievement. I'm not trying to patronize the Danish teams. I mean, they're a very good team. In fact, they have won this tournament back in '92. But you will have to tip your hat to them if they do that.
Yeah, I think any result from now is them overachieving, because that was not even with Eriksson being in the squad. If he was there, it's still incredible. Now without your best ever player, in a way, you're still doing well. In fact, you're playing better every game. That is something to be, commended.
Yeah, and you saw poor Bale's post-match interview where he walked off when someone asked him whether he's going to play.
I mean, people should just leave that guy alone, man. Like, I think it's now harassment.
Poor fellow, man. I really felt sorry for him. See, he gave it all. He played really well. Yes, there is always that knife will hang over him all the time, that he doesn't give his 100% to his club.
But he's never done that for Wales. That is an unfair. Like, if you've ever seen him play for Wales, I saw quite a lot of the Wales qualifiers. He literally gives it his all for every game.
Yeah.
Madrid mein alag tha, Tottenham alag, but like Wales mein, I don't think you can ever question his commitment.
Yeah. He's definitely a national hero out there. I mean, I don't know anyone who is Welsh, but I believe they will have high regards for him. Anyways,
not such a high barrier to be the greatest ever Welsh player, to be honest. I think Dalglish is there. That's probably it.
No. Dalglish is Scottish. Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan Giggs is from Wales.
Bale has done more than Ryan Giggs, for sure. For Wales, at least. They did semi-finals last Euros.
Anyways, that's about the 4 games. And as we are speaking, Croatia and Spain game is going on. It's 10:40 p.m. Monday, the 28th of June. It's 1-1 still. I'll just simply talk about the first half. The 2 goals. The first goal, oh my God, what a funny goal it was. It's one of the most comical goals you will ever see. Unai Simon will never forget this in his entire career, and unfortunately it has been awarded own goal Pedri. Poor 18-year-old kid who's doing all the hard work gets an own goal against his name. But Spain came back very strong. They were absolutely brilliant. I mean, this is the Spain that we all love to watch, and I remember predicting this game that this will be a dull 0-0 draw and it will get into penalties. But yeah, I have been proven wrong this game.
It might still go to penalties, but not be dull.
Yeah, it's not a dull game so far. It's a thing but dull. Anyways, so that's about it for Euros. Let's quickly talk about the next 3 games that's coming up. The next game is going to be tonight, that is France versus Switzerland. Again, we expect France to go through. Do you want to cover anything here or any other interesting?
No, but I would again say Switzerland can probably do an Austria here and be a little tricky. But France just too strong. I think I don't see them having too much difficulty. But yeah, I think they're going to go through with this one.
Do you think England or Germany will be thinking that if they win this game, finals are sure, because they, even on that side, you have Netherlands out and it's only Denmark. It might be there back of their mind, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's going to be a game, man. That is the game I'm looking forward. That's the game of the round anyway. Like two heavyweights.
Yeah, and looking at how Czech Republic defeated Netherlands, suddenly England's 1-0 victory against Czech didn't look bad.
Yeah, Gareth Southgate is smoking right now, but it's Germany, man. Germany in knockout tournaments they're like Real Madrid. However bad the season goes, however bad you play, in knockouts they're a different beast.
Agreed. I have nothing to argue against that. All right, guys, that's about it for Euros. Speed point. So, nothing much to talk about in terms of managerial transfers or player transfers. Whatever deals that we were talking last time are still pretty much in that same stage.
One managerial change, Bala.
Which one?
Nuno Santo. Nuno just signed a deal with Fenerbahce. I don't know why, but yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that throws all bets off. I mean, I was expecting Nuno Santos to be Spurs' manager. Wow. So Fenerbahce, interesting. I thought he'll stay in England.
And then there's a lot of controversy happening with the potential signing of Rafa Benitez to Everton because of his Liverpool connections. I don't know how well that will be received, but yeah, that's another change that might happen soon. Yeah, that's I think for the football, obviously because of international football, Copa America. Just to give you a round off, Brazil finally didn't win.
Yeah.
They drew against Ecuador, but they've already qualified. So have Ecuador right now. So Copa America is going well, I think. But I think we covered this in the last episode where it's literally like a season, how long this tournament Copa America is. So I don't think we'll put too much effort into it till the knockout.
Yeah. So actually, just to round off what Eeshaan just started, so the group where Brazil is from, which is the Zone North, all games have been played. So it's Brazil first, Peru second, Colombia third, Ecuador fourth. And from the Zone South, the games are ending tonight. We have a game, Argentina versus Bolivia. Argentina need a win to top the group. And the other game is between Paraguay and Uruguay. And as we are speaking, Spain have scored the second goal. I don't know who scored, but Spain have scored the second goal. Aspilicueta apparently. Anyways, great. So we'll go and continue watching this game. You guys also go and continue whatever you are doing. That's it for today, guys. We will be back on Thursday night. We'll talk about the remaining games and we will do a preview of the quarterfinals and Copa America's quarterfinals. Until then, it's bye from Bala.
Bye guys. See you on Thursday.
Thank you everyone for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and also please, like we are literally begging, to rate our podcast on whichever app you are listening to. It not only helps us, but also new listeners to easily find our podcast. You can also reach out to us on Twitter @SportsCharcha. A big shout out to the Jam Room Audio for our theme music. You can follow the Jam Room on Facebook @the Jam Room Audio. Bye.